Disclaimer: the list of underrated anime that I met and reviewed by anime groups or communities. In fact, they are basically good to watch. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest video. So let's get started. Number 10. Numberless. This anime produced by a webtoon with the action and supernatural genre, which is very interesting. Starting from an organization called Union that has advanced knowledge and technology, so they are able to create a superhuman with powers far from other normal humans. There is Cadiz Atrama Razel, a vampire who has been asleep for months named Frankenstein. Rai, the pseudonym of Cadiz, with his new name, he entered as a high school student. Based on the story, vampires, also known as Nobles, is a race that lives eternally and is considered to be the rulers and the gods. Among the nobles, there is also a noblesse. A nobles who is the strongest and shrouded in mystery. Next, number 9. Iwakaki Rock Climbing for High School Girls tells the story of a high school student at Hanamiya Girls High School, Konomi Kasahara, a hikikomori student who really likes various puzzle games. On her way to find a club at her school, she meets Jun Uehara, who is a member of the school rock climbing club. Because Kasahara was curious and started trying to climb the rock climbing wall, she finally decided to join a rock climbing club. Together with her new friends Sayo, Jun, and Nonoka, they started training to become professional rock climbing athletes. And throughout this anime, you will see the beautiful and sexy high school girls. So, don't miss out this anime. In the 8th position, there is Mojo de Oyasumi, Sleeping Beauty. Yes, this anime is similar to Sleeping Princess fairy tale, which implicitly likes sleeping. It is said that long ago, humans and demons lived together, to the point where a demon king named Tasogare kidnapped the human king of a way to escape. Chalice was dizzy thinking about how she could sleep safe and soundly in the demon king's castle. She did everything she could, from stealing treasures to violence against demon king servants. Apart from that, the human kingdom was in a panic because the king's daughter had been kidnapped. In this case, the kingdom handed over the case to the heroes, whose struggles seemed to be useless if he saw the behavior of Chalice in the Demon King castle. The comedy served in this anime are so natural and very interesting. Number 7. Plunderer. The anime that airs in winter 2020 and it should not be missed. At the beginning, Black Hole. The anime set in a world called Alcia, which is ruled by calculations and numbers. If the numbers on your body get higher, then you will be stronger. But if the count reaches the point 0, then you will be pulled and brought to the underworld called Abyss. This figure represents anything from various aspects of life, from social status and the work. The story begins with Hina, a woman. Actually, Hina's mother is a woman who was pulled to the abyss in the lake began, as if it was destined. There are quite a lot of unexpected plot twists which make this anime interesting. Number 6. Sugu Sugumomo. This series tells about the myth and culture of Japanese coast, namely Tsukumogami. What is Tsukumogami? It can be defined as the belief of Japanese citizens about the existence of a spirit that resides in every object used by humans. It can be in plates, centers on Kazuya Kagami, who always carries the obi, the belt to tie the kimono, which is left by his mother. Long story short, for some reason, Kazuya was attacked by a demon, came out and saved Kazuya. Then, all of a sudden, from here, the meeting of Kazuya and Kiriha, the ghost spirit from Obi, begins. Goes to number 5, there is Peter Quill to Kenja no Jikan. It belongs to an ecchi genre. Why did I include this anime on this list? Especially the scene where the main character feels so upset after committing to this modern life, which is interesting. The story centers on a knight named Peter Quill, a royal knight who one day failed to maintaining engagement with the king's daughter. Peter was also faced with a woman who always wanted his thing. Then, what fate will Peter face? Which turns out, he often plays behind the princess, even though it raises the theme of affair. But this anime is interesting, unique, and full of laughter. Number 4. Kakushigo Toast. Based on the My Anime List site, this anime has a high enough rating, which is up to 8. The story centers on where almost all of his works are known for 18 content, where there is a lot of erotic stuff in the manga. One day, Hime Goto was born, Kakushi's only loli daughter, because he believed that if Hime found out about his job, he or she tried to cover up his work by doing unexpected and sometimes Kakushi tries to do his best for Hime. There are many hidden messages that can be taken from this anime. In the third position, we have Jibaku Shounen Hanako-kun. Again, coming from the myths and mysteries that occur around us. Located in the third room of the girls' toilet on the third floor of the old building, rumor spreads that there's one ghost named Hanako-san. The rumors circulate that he can grant all wishes whoever calls him. The story starts with a girl named Nene Yashiro who tries to call Hanako-san. Surprisingly, Hanako-san comes out and he is a ghost in the form of a boy. Nene wants to beg and find out her love, but the ghost asks for an equal reward if her wish. Well, just watch it if you're curious. And one more thing, even though this anime has a horror and mystery theme, you don't need staining. There are also many messages taken from this anime, starting from cause and effect karma. In the second position, we have ID Invited, one of the best mystery anime in 2020. It tells a story of a person who wakes up from sleep and finds himself torn from head to toe, and even all the buildings around him are destroyed. The story is assigned to investigate a mysterious serial murder case. With it is to enter into the subconscious mind of the victim and analyze the possible small pieces of memory from the murder victim and reveal the real culprit. However, well, the graphics presented are quite interesting, and in terms of the story, it is quite intense. And the first position goes to Adachi Toshi. What is the Shoujo Ai genre? It is a light version of the legendary Yuri genre, although sometimes in Shoujo Ai, love is shown between two girls, but still in the normal way, more likely a friendship. In contrast to the Yuri genre, where girls are literally love each other and sometimes do something like normal lovers do. This Adachi anime tells the same story about the lives of two teenage girls who are close to each other and make friends, when the two of them met at a place as they skipped school. For the main characters of this anime, there were Adachi and Shimamura, who were a little naughty student. Time passed, they get closer, and there is a mutual love, even though sometimes they have the opposite act and taste. The story that is told in this anime is quite simple, because it only focuses on two teenage girls who love each other with a small conflict that spice up their journey together. Well, those are the recommendations for the top 10 best underrated anime in 2020 that you probably haven't watched yet. Are there any favorite anime that you have watched in this list? If there are, write in the comment and don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys on the next video. Bye!